Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today we have our 10-question quiz that we have every month for you with
Yay.
We Three. Yeah. Number 1. Alexander lost his job 3 months ago. Consequently, he is unable to make the blank on his car and house loans now. Okay, in the space here, what we call the blank, we have 4 possible answers. A, balances. B, businesses. C, payments. Or D, accounts. But let's look at the situation. Alexander is a guy. Poor Alexander. We usually call him Alex or just Al for short. He lost his job 3 months ago. He hasn't been working for 3 months. Therefore, consequently, so, he is not able to make the blank on his car and house loans now. He bought a car, but he didn't pay for the car all at once, and very few people are able to buy a house or an apartment all at once. They take out loans from a bank, and the bank gives them money, and then we have to repay. We pay back this money, usually on a monthly basis. But it wouldn't be balances to make the balances on his car and house loans now. The balance is how much money you have left in any given account, how much money still remains under your name in your account. Businesses? Make the businesses on his car, and that doesn't make any sense. Payments. This looks really good. As I said, you have to pay back the bank for the loans, and each time you do that, we call it a payment, like a monthly payment on your car, a monthly payment on your house loan. So that works beautifully. Accounts simply means that you are registered with a place like a bank to do the business of saving and spending, and they keep a record of what you do with your money in their business, and that would be for each bank you would have an account. And so obviously the answer should be C, payment. You pay on a monthly basis part of the money that you borrowed each month.
So the whole sentence again?
Is Alexander lost his job 3 months ago. Consequently, he is unable to make the payments on his car and house loans now.
好，所以呢 Alexander 他怎么样呢 Lost his job 就是失业，工作丢了 3 months ago 3个月前失业了 Consequently 就是 as a result 结果呢他现在没有办法 He is unable to make the 什么呢我们选的是 payments Make the payments on something 就是支付某个东西的款项那 payment 就是一次一次的付款后面他接什么呢这个 payments 是他的car 他的车子的 loan 车子的贷款还有 house 房子的贷款所以他有车贷有房贷但是因为工作丢了所以没有办法支付这个车贷跟房贷的款项所以我们要选的是 payments 答案是 C 那 A 这个选项 balances 它指的是银行的余额那不过通常一家银行大概你只有一个 balance 所以 balances 可能就是好几家银行不同的账户的余额但是意思不对 B businesses 生意好 make the business 这个英文很奇怪那 C 是正确答案 D 这个答案呢 accounts 是账户 make the accounts 这也很奇怪不知道在讲什么好所以都不对我们选 payments
Number 2, my brother excitedly blank a present with shiny paper and joyfully took it to a gift exchange at the Christmas party. A gift exchange is when everyone anonymously donates presents and they are then distributed by usually like a paper number, like a number drawing system. Anyways, it's a way of making sure that everyone gets something for Christmas and everybody has a good time. Shiny paper is paper that reflects light. So what did he do to the present with shiny paper? Well, basically everyone knows that you wrap a present. Our other choices are edited, which means he made sure that the worst parts of the present were removed. Or circled, he drew a line around it. Awarded, he was given a present. Or no, if you award a present, you gave it to somebody else. That doesn't make sense. He wrapped the present with shiny paper. My brother excitedly wrapped a present with shiny paper and joyfully took it to a gift exchange at the Christmas party.
好，所以呢，我弟弟或者我哥哥 excitedly 很兴奋地，我们要选的是 D wrapped 包覆或者包装，他包装一个礼物 a present， 用什么包装呢？ With shiny paper， 用闪亮亮的纸包装他的礼物， shiny 就闪亮亮的。然后呢 joyfully 他很快乐地兴高采烈地 took it to 把它带到，把这礼物带到一个 a gift exchange， 就是交换礼物这样的一个活动。那这个交换礼物的活动是怎么呢？在哪里呢？是 at the Christmas party， 在这个圣诞 party 上面要交换礼物，他就带了一个礼物包得漂漂亮亮的包带去了。好，那我们看到选项是 D， 那 A 选项 edited 是编辑，好，你不会编辑一个礼物，你可以编辑一个文章，编辑一个书，但是不会编辑一个礼物。那 B circled 是围绕或者把它圈起来，你也不会圈起来一个礼物，不知道什么意思。那 C awarded 是颁奖，你是把礼物颁给，而且通常如果是礼物大概不会说是用颁奖这个动词，所以都不对，我们选 D。
Number 3, one of Kevin's goals next year is to travel to a blank country on the other side of the planet. Do we want A, local, B, distant, C, mobile, or D, relative? So next year, Kevin has a goal. It's something that he hopes to accomplish next year, and that is to travel. Where? To a country, notice, on the other side of the planet. So here we are in Asia. The other side of the planet would be, say, Africa, South America, or North America. Very, very far away. So A, local, that's the opposite of, oh, there it is, B, distant. Distant means far away. Local means close by. So if it's the other side of the planet, it would have to be distant. There are no mobile countries. A relative country? A country where my relatives live? No, I don't think so. So choose B, distant. One of Kevin's goals next year is to travel to a distant country on the other side of the planet.
所以 Kevin 明年的目标之一，好 ，one of 他的 goals next year is to， 注意这种结构，好，那个 goal is to 干嘛？所以他目标之一是要 travel， 他要旅行到一个我们选的是 distant， 遥远的 far away 的一个 country。那因为题目后面有一个这个国家是 on the other side of the planet， 是在地球的另外一边，所以我们只能选 distant 遥远的。那 A local 是本地的，所以意思正好相反，不对。C mobile 是移动的或者能够移动的，那什么叫做 a mobile country？ 在英文里面是没有意思的。那 relative 是比较的相对的，那你说 a relative country 也很怪，也不知道什么意思，所以我们选 B distant。
Number 4, Amy is careful about everything she eats. She maintains a healthy diet by sticking to some blank, like eating more fruits and vegetables. If you stick to something, you can literally stick to something like by touching glue, but in this case, you usually stick to rules or you stick to ideals or you stick to some mental construct like
a schedule.
A schedule. So what is she sticking to? She might be sticking to a schedule, but then that's eating more fruits and vegetables. That's not a schedule. So what are our choices? A, principles, B, functions, C, cafeterias, or D, judgments. Well, you can't stick to cafeterias, although you can spend time in them. You can't stick to judgments or functions either. That just is not what you can do with them. That's not a common collocation, as Wesley likes to say. But you can stick to principles. Principles are ideals or ideas by which you can run your life or ideals by which you can make decisions, basically. Principles are like the constitution for your decision-making process.
Yeah, how you organize things.
How you organize what you're going to do. So the principles that she's sticking to are eating more fruits and vegetables because that's one of the ways you maintain a healthy diet. So Amy is careful about everything she eats. She maintains a healthy diet by sticking to some principles, like eating more fruits and vegetables.
好，所以Amy 很小心她所吃的东西 is careful about everything she eats. 她 maintains a healthy diet. 她维持一个健康的饮食。By 她怎么样维持健康的饮食呢？ By 就是借由 sticking to 就是坚守啊。那 adhere to A-D-H-E-R-E 啊 adhere to 她坚守一些怎么样？答案要是选的是 principles 一些原则，她坚守一些原则。 例如怎么样？它的原则，例如 eating more fruits and vegetables， 多吃水果跟蔬菜。所以我们选的是 A principles。B functions 是功能， C cafeterias 是自助餐厅， D judgments 是判断。那这些字呢，跟 stick to 都不能搭配，而且就算搭配的意思也很奇怪，所以都不能选。我们选 principles。
Number 5. Adults with certain conditions may constantly feel the blank impact, such as fear and loneliness, of negative childhood memories. Ooh, this is a bit tough. Let's look at our choices first. A. Cultural. B. Intelligent. C. Marvelous. Or D. Emotional. Adults with certain conditions. These conditions are probably physical or mental, of the mind, of the memory, of the emotion. And in these adults, when there are certain situations, they may constantly feel the blank impact. That's what we're trying to figure out. What kind of impact, what kind of influence, such as fear and loneliness, of negative childhood memories. We may see something or remember something that reminds us of something that happened in our childhood that had a very, very big influence on us. Well, would it be a cultural impact? That's weird. Intelligent impact, we don't describe impacts as intelligent. A marvelous impact would be good, but fear and loneliness are definitely negative. So it's a feeling. It's an emotional impact. Fear and loneliness talk about emotion, not your thinking or a physical situation. So choose D. Adults with certain conditions may constantly feel the emotional impact, such as fear and loneliness, of negative childhood memories.
好，所以呢 adults 成人 with certain conditions 就身体有一些状况的成人啊 condition 是我们中文讲身体有一些状况，所以其实就是疾病，但是它比较偏重是一种身体的状况，不正常的状况。所以呢，某些疾病的成人呢，他可能会 constantly 就是持续地、不断地感受到你什么东西呢？我们要选的是 emotional 情绪上面的 impact 影响啊，就是他身体有问题呢，有状况呢，他情绪也会受到影响啊。不过这个地方情绪的影响是这个什么样的东西带来的情绪的影响呢？是 negative 是负面的 childhood memories 是童年的一些负面的回忆所带来的一些情绪上的冲击。那所以这个 emotional impact 后面还有一个插入句 such as 什么样的情绪冲击呢？情绪影响呢？例如 fear 恐惧，还有孤单。所以这整句话就是有某些疾病的成人，他可能会一直感受到负面童年回忆的一些情绪冲击，例如说这个恐惧和孤单等等的。所以这个地方这个疾病可能也比较是偏重心理上的状况啊，心理上的疾病。那我们看到其他选项 A cultural 是文化的， B intelligent 是聪明的， C marvelous 是绝妙的极好的。好，那这几个字用来形容 impact， 那放在这个句子里面都很不合逻辑，所以都不能选，我们选 emotional impact 最好。
Number 6. We all blank and dared not speak aloud because Lucy's baby had just fallen asleep in the bedroom. Do not wake the baby. If you dare not do something, it means you don't dare to do it. You just don't want to do it. You're like afraid of the consequences. So what did we all do? Did we whisper? We all whispered. That means we all speak.
Like this.
We spoke very
This is
quietly.
whispering.
Or we all quarreled. We had a loud fight. We all screamed. We all piercingly yelled. We all roared. We all full-throatedly yelled. Yeah, no. What we did is we whispered. So, choose A. We all whispered and dared not speak aloud because Lucy's baby had just fallen asleep in the bedroom.
好，所以我们都怎么样啊？我们先看完后面的句子，他说 dare not speak aloud。Dare not speak aloud 就是不敢大声说话，因为 Lucy 她的宝宝 had just fallen asleep 刚刚睡着了 in the bedroom 在卧房里刚刚睡着了，所以小孩睡着，大家不敢大声讲话，所以大家都怎么样呢？我们选 A whispered 就是轻声低语。 B 选项呢 quarreled 争吵，这不对，就是都不敢大声讲话了，怎么可能敢争吵呢？ C screamed 就是尖叫，这个也不对。那 roared 大吼也不对，所以 B, C, D 这三个选项都跟 dared not speak aloud 这个有所冲突，所以都不对，我们选 A, whispered.
Number 7, going vegetarian has gained popularity blank because people around the world are becoming more aware of animal rights and the problems of eating too much meat. Well, our choices are A, accidentally. That means you don't do something on purpose, it just happens. Originally, B is originally, means at first. C is globally, that means around the world. Or D, natively. I'm not sure how that would fit here at all. So let's look at the other three and see if we have a better answer than that. Going vegetarian usually will mean that you try it out. You change your diet so that you're eating more and more fruits and vegetables and less meat, and maybe finally no meat at all. Because has gained popularity, is becoming more and more acceptable, more and more interesting, fashionable for people. Because people around the world, look at C, globally means around the world, are becoming more aware of animal rights. Animals should have the right to live, and the problems of eating too much meat. Diets heavy in meat are usually not very good for people. So it wouldn't happen accidentally. You would have to make a choice to eat less meat or not. Originally, doesn't fit here. Globally, I think that's the best answer. It tells you because people around the world are doing something. Natively, I don't even know why that's a choice. Choose C. Going vegetarian has gained popularity globally because people around the world are becoming more aware of animal rights and the problems of eating too much meat.
好，所以 going vegetarian 就是吃素，这个 go 在这里就进入某一个状态或者开始做某一件事情的意思。好，所以吃素呢 has gained popularity 受到欢迎。接下来我们要选什么呢？我们选 C, globally 是全球的受到欢迎，它在全球都受到欢迎。因为呢 people around the world 因为全世界的人呢 are becoming 都怎么样？都变得 more aware of 更加的意识到了 animal rights 动物权，还有呢也更加意识到了 the problems of eating too much meat 就是吃了太多的肉会有什么样的问题，所以大家慢慢的开始吃素了。好，那我们看到其他选项 A, accidentally 是意外的， B, originally 是原本的， D, natively 是土生土长的。那这地方跟吃素什么意外的吃素，原本的吃素，没有人原本当然少数人是娘胎素但是很多人吃素是 by choice 所以也不对。那 natively 就是土生土长的，那跟吃素也没什么关系，所以我们选 globally C.
And number 8, after the blank scandal broke out, it caused a sensation and drew the public's attention. In the end, the mayor had no choice but to step down. Okay, until we got to the word mayor, I had no idea what kind of scandal this was. Let's go over the vocabulary. If something breaks out, it means something that wasn't happening started happening. A war breaks out. A pandemic breaks out. Ecological riots break out. It's usually people's choices that break out. To cause a sensation means everyone is like, oh gosh, and they start paying attention to it. And if you have no choice but to do something, you have to do that thing. And step down means to resign from a position, usually of power. And so who had to resign? The mayor. So now we know that it's not a logical scandal. It's not a scandal of reason. It's not a tropical scandal, one that only happens in equatorial countries. And it's not a mechanical scandal. Is there such a thing as a mechanical scandal? A scandal of machines?
Not in my book.
That makes no sense. But a political scandal is pretty freaking common on this planet. And it is a scandal whereby somebody in politics does something inappropriate and has to step down or refuses to step down, or people fight about whether they should step down. That's what a scandal is, people fighting about something. So choose B. After the political scandal broke out, it caused a sensation and drew the public's attention. In the end, the mayor had no choice but to step down.
好，所以在这个什么样的 scandal 是丑闻，好，我们选 B, political 政治丑闻。在这个政治丑闻 broke out 爆发之后呢 it caused a sensation 就是引起了轰动引起了轩然大波。 sensation 本来可以表示 一种感觉的意思，但在这里它是指轰动 a state of intense and widespread public excitement 还或者是 interest。 然后呢它 drew the public's attention， 它受到了民众的关注。最后呢 in the end 这个市长 had no choice but to 就是别无选择，只能怎么样呢 step down 下台。所以我们选 B political。 那 A 选项 logical 是逻辑上的丑闻，这个逻辑错了就错了，没什么丑闻，所以不对。 tropical 热带的没有什么热带丑闻寒带丑闻，没有这种东西。那 D mechanical 机械性的丑闻，这也很奇怪，所以都不对，我们选 political。
Number 9. You should avoid turning up the blank too high when listening to music because it may damage your hearing. Our choices are A. Temperature, B. Volume, C. Battery, or D. Plug. So we're listening to music and someone is playing the music very, very, very loud. And someone else is saying, you should avoid turning up the blank too high. In other words, you're too loud. Don't turn it up so loud. Turn what up? Well, we're not talking about heat or cold, so it's not temperature. But B, volume is perfect. Volume refers to the amount of something, and that includes the amount of sound. So if you turn up the volume on your record player, it can be too loud for other people. We don't use turn up with battery. You turn on or turn off. You don't turn up a battery. I don't. Turning up the plug? You don't turn up a plug either. A plug is something we insert into a machine, usually an electronic one. That doesn't fit, but volume is perfect. You should avoid turning up the volume too high when listening to music because it may damage your hearing.
好，你应该要避免 turning up 就是转大或者调大或者开大，什么东西呢？我们选 B volume 音量 too high， 所以你不应该把音量开得太高。 When listening to music 当你听音乐的时候声音不要开太大，因为 it may 它有可能会 damage your hearing 损害你的听力。好，所以我们要选的是 volume。 那 A 选项 temperature 温度这跟听力没有关系，所以不对。 C battery 电池 turn up battery 英文应该是没有这样的一种字词搭配。 plug 也是一样，插头，你说 turn up the plug 这也很奇怪，不知道什么意思，也没有这样的搭配，都不能选，我们选 B volume turn up the volume too high。
And number 10, the advertisement was sharply blank for implying that the product could do things that it actually could not do. If you imply something, it means that you show or get people to understand something without specifically saying it. And there's the difference between legal and illegal for some people. What part of it is illegal? Anyways, the advertisement, usually advertisements shouldn't say that the product can do something it can't do because that's terrible and illegal usually. So what was it? What happened to the advertisement? It was sharply something. Sharply means like with emotional force. And so intensity, there we go. So we have flattered. Oh, you're such a great advertisement. Defended. The advertisement was only doing its job. Rewarded. Here you go. You did such a great job. Or criticized. That's not right. They shouldn't do that. Choose D. The advertisement was sharply criticized for implying that the product could do things that it actually could not do. Illegal.
好，所以呢，这个广告 was sharply 被很尖锐的或者严厉的，那我们通常后面搭配就是 criticized 批评，所以选项是 D。 所以这个广告被严厉的批评 for 是后面接原因。为什么被严厉批评呢？因为它 implying 它暗示这个产品呢 the product 可以做一些事情 that it actually could not do， 实际上它做不到的事情，可是这广告暗示它做得到，那当然是非法的，所以被批评那我们看到 A flattered 是奉承，所以他不会因为暗示能够做到一些做不到的事情而得到奉承，所以 A 不对。 B defended 防御，这也不对，他防御，而且 defend 后面通常不会加 for， 后面加 VING， 所以意思用法都不对。 C rewarded 是得到回报，他如果暗示一件暗示他可以做到他可以做一些他其实做不到的事情，他不可能得到回报，所以 C rewarded 也不对，我们选 D criticized 批评。
All right, that's it for today's lesson. We hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit from it. We'll be back in about a week again. Until then,
Bye-bye.